Hello! Today, I am going to tell you a true Christmas story about my aunt and how she believed in Santa Claus until she was 15 years old. It's a very interesting story, and as we go, I'm going to ask you questions to make sure that you're listening and understanding. Are you ready? Then let's go! So my aunt's name is Helen, and Helen, when she was 7 years old, decided to stay up so she could catch Santa coming into her house. What was my aunt's name? Was it Gloria? Was it Jennifer? What was my aunt's name? Good. So little 7-year-old Helen went down to the living room and hid underneath a table. Where did she hide? Exactly, underneath a table. And she waited for Santa to come down the chimney. But she made a mistake. She told her older sister, Virginia, who was 11 years old, about her plan to catch Santa. And Virginia had a terrible sense of humor. So, as Helen was... What did Virginia have? Did she have a terrible dog? Did she have a terrible mother? What did she have? A terrible sense of humor. Exactly. So, well, terrible. It was actually a wonderful sense of humor, but she was very, very mischievous. Do you know what mischievous means? You don't? Oh, well, mischievous means naughty or bad. Yeah, a person who likes to make trouble or make problems for other people. Mischievous. Let me hear you say it. Perfect. So, my Aunt Virginia was very mischievous, and she decided to play a trick on little Helen. A trick. What do you think the trick was? Well, let me tell you. Virginia put on her father's big boots. Whose boots did she put on? Did she put on Santa's boots? Did she put on her mother's boots? Did she put on Helen's little boots? Whose were they? Exactly, her father's boots. And she walked out the back door and around the house to the living room window where Helen was hiding. And she took with her some bells. What did she take with her? Exactly, some Christmas bells. And she stomped around in the snow. Wait a moment. Stomp? What does stomp mean? Do you know? Stomp is to make a loud sound with your feet, like this. Yeah, stomp. So she stomped around in the snow, she jingled the bells, and she said, "Ho, ho, ho," as best as she could. What did she do? Did she have reindeer? Did she tiptoe around? What did she do? Exactly. She stomped in the snow and made a lot of noise. And what did she do with the bells? She jingled them. And what did she say? Did she say ha ha ha? Did she say he he he? No, she said ho ho ho. So inside the living room, little Helen was listening to all of this, and she could not believe it. Do you think she was scared? Yeah, probably a little scared. So she decided to go over to the window to look outside to see Santa. But her sister Virginia was ready. because Virginia had taken a Santa Claus mask. And just at the moment when Helen went to look out the window, Virginia was putting up the mask of Santa Claus. So just as Helen started to go over to the window, Virginia put on the mask. What did she put on? The mask. She put on the Santa Claus mask and slowly put her head into the window. Oh, poor little Helen, when she saw this, she let out a terrible scream. Ah! And she ran out of the room, up the stairs, and jumped into bed as fast as she could. What did she do? Did she drink a glass of milk? Did she watch the television? She screamed and ran. Where did she run? Up the stairs. And she jumped. Where did she jump? Did she jump out the window? She jumped into bed. And for years and years, until she was 15 years old, she swore on her heart that she had actually seen the real Santa Claus. Until finally, at the age of 15, she realized that it had been her sister playing a very mischievous joke on her. How old was she? Was she 12? Was she 25? She was, exactly, she was 15 years old when she finally realized the cruel prank that had been played on her. So, I hope you liked this story, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. And remember, every day, you are getting better and better.